Welcome. I'm just currently finding out the times for Belgium. What time zone is Belgium in? Central European. 1 hour ahead of me. Okay. So when they say practice began at 9:15, it began 10:15 Belgium time. Oh great, I'm having a nosebleed. I feel like my mic didn't pick that up. I'm having a nosebleed, so yeah, that's fun. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully that nosebleed is the only one today. So we're looking for one that's about 8:30, 9:15. No, sorry. 8:30, 9:45, and 3 o'clock. This one is 5 to 9. So that's best for the first one. Probably best for the practice and sprint too. Because midday is going to be about 12 hours. So it's going to be 3 hours, 2.5 hours behind instead of 45 minutes. Yeah. 12:06. Then afternoon's probably going to be around 3. So this will be good. Yeah, 7 to 3. Okay, so triple morning, afternoon. Well, morning, afternoon, double morning. I hope. Let me just check morning again. It was 5 to 8, right? So my time that'd be 5 to 7. No, sorry, it was 5 to 9. So my time that's 5 to 8, which is bang on perfect for the feature race. About an hour early for the other 2 races. So yeah. Let's go. My championship rival right there. I'll never understand why F1 can't, why Codemasters can't let us, choose the exact time that we start. Because you can do it in photo mode, why the hell can't you do it here? Anywho's, quick update on the championship. I know if you were here last week, you'll know what they are, but I just want to give a quick update on what's going on. So, I am championship leader by 40 points. At the end of the weekend, I need 39 points to win. So as long as across the whole weekend, Porcher does not beat me by a point, I am champion. Deruvalo is third, 31 points behind on 97. Behrman is a further 2 points behind, still within a shot. And those are the only 4, me, Porched, Derivalo, Behrman, that are within a shot of the Drivers' Championship. Everyone else is out of it. For example, Martins is 83 points behind with 2 races to go, so there's only 78 points available. 2 for quali in 1 race, in 2 races. 11 points in both sprints, so that's 26 total. And then 26 in both the sprint and in both features, which is 78. In terms of constructors, ART still lead the championship, but are only 2 points ahead of us, Trident. 64 clear of Prema, 70 clear of MP Motorsport, and 86 clear of Dams. By the end of the weekend, they need 65 points over anyone. So it's unlikely to be us Trident. Most likely to be Dams and MP, if they can't outscore ART. And as long as ART outscore Prema by a single point, they turn it into just a 2-horse race. Or it's raining, let's go.
Puon is the double left-hander of turns 11 and 12. Scrub off a little speed and turn in about 50 metres from the corner. If your right wheels just touch the outside curb, you've nailed it. It's hard to see your trajectory until you're past the apex of 10, so go easy on the power until you know you won't run wide.
Nothing of worthy note for weather in practice. 13% throughout the whole session. 18% for the first 10 minutes in qualifying, then it turns to 8%. 6%. 5%. 10%. And then 85% for the race beginning.
Okay, it's pretty quiet on track. We should consider getting out there now.
%, to begin the sprint, 78% at 10 minutes, 70% at 15, 46% at 30 minutes, 23% at 45, 18% at an hour. Interesting. And then it's overcast for the feature, 10%, 12%, 14% at 10 minutes, 16%, 44% at half hour, 70% at 45 minutes, 15% at an hour. So, sprint is a large shower before and during the beginning of the race. The feature is a very quick shower in the middle of the race. Interesting. Mic check. Make sure it's in a good position. Yeah, it sounds okay.
Right, the car's ready. Let's get it out there.
Pedals are off center. Rude.
Okay, just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them.
that's not the intention. Where do brake markers go? There's usually some into that final chicane of sector 2. But there wasn't this lap. Did someone take him out? Don't we know how to keep it on the circuit? Spa has never been an issue for me for track limits before.
Okay, so the current fastest lap, 2 minutes, 00.0.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so that last lap, 2:00.3.
It would be cool to see the championship come down to the wire in Monza, but I am not going to risk losing it, so let's try our best this weekend.
Right, in this lap please, box this lap. When driving with the pit assist disabled, you'll need to be mindful of your speed when entering the pit lane. If you hit the limiter line too fast, you'll pick up a penalty. Watch the on-screen prompts that show your target speed and distance to the limiter line. Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
I'm going to try and push until the bus stop chicane, see if we can actually get a delta.
Okay, we're low on fuel. Box in the next 2 laps, please.
Yeah, well, that was supposed to come last lap. You know, when I had 2 laps of fuel, so I could box within the next 2 laps.
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Only a 10th is not that good. Interesting, it ignored my track limits there at the end. I don't know why I did. I have to look at that. Oh, well, I'll drop down the order quick.
Okay, mate, our best lap so far, 2 minutes, 00.3.
I'm not even worried about the rear tyres.
Okay, so we're top of the speed trap, 160.1 miles per hour.
Top of
Everyone
speed
ready?
trap.
Okay, let's go.
How are we not quickest in Sector 1 then? I supposed to downshift it? Rally on. Where the fucking grip just disappeared. I can't believe we're having another Hungary. Just no grip anyway. Fuck off. Staying in 5th is better. Wow. I invalidated somewhere, didn't I?
Box this lap, please. Box this lap.
Next lap. Yeah, actually no, this lap.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
Okay, so that was too late into the pit lane. Why is my mic so quiet? It's as close as it has been. Like, there's no reason it's muffled. It should be muffled. I don't understand. I literally have to be eating it for it to actually understand what I'm saying in a proper volume. Oh, fuck off.
Right, our best lap so far, 2:00.3. All clear the garage, please. Cars ready to leave.
Yeah, because there it says 8 laps of fuel. But as soon as I go out, it changes to 5. Normally it changes up. Or it changes to 6. How do you do the car, Helga? If I had a gearbox to ruin, that'd definitely ruin it. Oh, piss off, you fucking twat. Why are those curbs so deadly at the final corner? Like, it makes no sense. It wasn't like that earlier when I practiced in December. They were fine. But now they're a fucking death trap. Touch the first one but not the second one. How consistent. Oh, fuck you. Oh, hit me as well, why don't you? Oh, piss off, I wasn't even wide. This is a fucking bullshit. Fuck's sake. Fucking pass me, you twat. Go. Oh, you piece of shit. Piss off. Oh, piss off. Oh, you're the same. Piss off, all of you, man. It's fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit.
Right, in this lap, please. Box this lap. Okay, we can take you this lap.
Where did that gap come from? What the? No regret whatsoever. Fuck's sake. This is worse than Hungary. Bullshit.
We've had to spend time repairing the damage to the car. Right, so our best lap so far, 2 minutes, 00.3. And there are 2 minutes remaining.
It's fucking bullshit of a game. Like, explain the fucking madness to me.
The car settings screen on your multifunction display will allow you to change various settings as you drive. Open the display with the MFD button, and you can then navigate up and down to the setting you want to change. Okay, so we're top of the speed trap, 165.7 miles per hour.
Well, yeah, that means fucking nothing when you're slow as shit in the second and third sector. And the first sector, apparently, because how the hell am I 3/10? What? I'm 5/10 off. How?
Thank you for joining us for free practice today.
Bullshit.
We'll be back with more Formula 2 action very shortly.
I can complain about this shit because in the practice races, I was on pole every single time, apart from that one time I just decided I wanted to start last. Or was that in the wet? I was P21 first, 5th, 6th, first. And I can blame that P21 on trying to fix the bloody stream. So where the fuck is the fucking consistency? Bloody same happened at Hungary. Why is it so different? What was in the patch? What patch was there that fucks over the Formula 2 cars? Why? And because I road curb plate, I only have 10 minutes. Of time trial to try and sort this error. Maybe even only 5. So let's see. Basically, what I want to do is test the setup. I literally only have 1 lap to do so. I only have 1 lap to do each run that I want to do. Oh, so my mic decides to pick up my phone notification, but not anything else. Wonderful. I need a baseline. So it'll be the one that I've made before the changes, and then I'm going to try the one with the changes, and then I'm going to try one with different changes. Oh, you're kidding, right? Why is there so much more grip? .58.6. Where are those 2 seconds? Oh, nope, there's the loss of grip. How was that 2/10? Minutes, I might only have time for this lap. Typical. I make a setup change that makes it worse. should be about 20 seconds. I'm glad I did that third one actually, because that was useful.
To view information on your current levels of tyre wear and damage, press the MFD button to open the multifunction display, and then again to cycle to the tyres and the damage screen.
No, I usually wait for the first lap. Let Benavides
The
complete the
track's
lap
pretty
first.
quiet at the moment. Perhaps we should get out there, get a few laps in.
Fine, we've got 30 minutes, no chance of rain, it's just cloudy. Why in the time trial was it quicker to just stay in 5th? I don't understand that one. Two, 4, 6. Got it.
Okay, engines fired up, we're set.
Why don't F2 have the track map inside the car?
And we've dropped to P18.
Worst line I could have took. Looking for 35 to do. Four tenths down. And that's on Benavides this time. I didn't check what that sector was.
Okay, that's P19, P19.
6 tenths off 4 chairs time. Okay, cool. I know. See if I can find those few tanks somewhere.
And we've been pushed down to P20. The fastest lap at the moment, 1:58.5. Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please. Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap. And that's P13, P13.
Okay, so that was too much on the rear pressure. Hence where I'm lost in the sectors. And then I'll change to front wings based on that. Unlikely that I can improve, but worth a shot. At least try and get sprint reverse pole.
Okay, our best lap so far, 1 minute 59.0.
I'm losing 4/10 in the final sector.
So if you your current tyre, brake and engine temperatures, press the MFD button to open the multifunction display, and then press it again to cycle through until you reach the temperature information screen. Okay, engine's fired up, we're set. Okay, we've been pushed down to P13. That's P13, P13. Okay, we've been pushed down to P13.
What P13 is?
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap. And that's P13, P13.
Yes, I know it's P13. You don't need to keep telling me. Tell me it once and then shut up. This isn't like Hungary. This is gonna be difficult. Two corners I am definitely quicker than them.
Understood.
Whatever
Stopping this lap.
is Blanchimont and Eau Rouge and Radion. But it's fucking ridiculous how little grip there is sometimes. Fucking bullshit. And there's nothing I can do about it because it's just hard-coded into the game to be shit in practice quali whatever session apart from time trial. Apparently. And whenever it's not wet. Which I call fucking bullshit.
Right, so our fastest lap currently,
Hold on, Porcheri's nowhere.
1:59.0.
Ooh. In terms of the story for the championship, holy. Oh, I'm 2/10 quicker in sector 2 until you look at the front runners.
Okay, so we're top of the speed trap, 163.6
I'm top of the
miles
speed
per
trap,
hour.
and yet I'm one of the slowest in sector 1 and 3. And I'm pretty alright against the people around me in sector 2. Make it make sense. Fucking Cody's. How can I do an easy 58 in time trial, and yet everyone else in AI does an easy 58, and yet I can't even break into the 58s?
5 minutes remaining in this session.
It's bullshit. They don't care about F2s, so whenever stuff like this does happen, they don't do anything about it. Do they even test the F2 cars?
To view current strategy and race objectives, press the MFD button to open the multifunction display, and then press it again to cycle through until you reach the strategy and objectives screen.
They only care about one thing and one thing only, and it's fucking my team. Whoa, hold on. What? Grid penalty, blocking by slow driving. Drive ID 7 and 18. Who's that? 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Novelak. Thank fuck you for nothing in the constructors. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Cordial. 19, 20, 21. What? What the hell happened? Anyway, I need to complete this. At least it's not as dire as, you know, Silverstone or Austria, but not Silverstone, not Austria, where I was literally
And there are
19.
2 minutes remaining.
At least I can actually get to the points pretty easily in the sprint. Hopefully. I can't even say that because I don't have the grip anywhere.
I know the team back at the factory have put in a lot of hours getting the car ready for you this weekend, so let's repay them with a really strong performance.
I can't because the car they've given me is fucking shit.
Right, so far, our best lap, 1 minute, 59.0. Okay, so we're top of the speed trap, 163.6 miles per hour.
That's going to be some pretty hefty grid drops for Novalak and Cordeal. Cordeal's useless to me. Novalak is going to push me up to 12th and Pourchaire to 11th.
With qualifying complete, all that
Nope,
remains
it
is
was
the main event.
Benavides in
We'll be
Cordeal.
live and
Okay.
uninterrupted for the feature race tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
I mean, Benavides is still not going to help. It's not going to help me still. At least it's only Martins in the points then. Novalak is actually not going to score any points. We all know that. And hopefully I should be able to make a comeback, so... That was really weird. I must have misheard what the first ID was. But Novalak sprint pole, fucking do something, please. Quick update to championships, and then I'm gonna go cry in a corner. At least the championship's not over. Like, it is very doable to literally just win this weekend. Still. Literally, just finish ahead of Pourchaire. Just get ahead of Pourchaire. Lap 1, both races. Stay there, and I'm champion. Although, yeah, to be fair, that does still leave Daruvla and Behrman, but neither of them are going to win both the sprint and feature. They're only going to win the feature, which will be extra 26 for Daruvla, which is not even going to put him ahead of Pourchaire. Yeah, as long as Daruvla has to outscore me by 4 points, Behrman by 8 points to stay within a shot. This is very doable. Who got the 2 points? MP. They're now on 145. Cool, so championship-wise, I am still in the lead on 168 points, of course. Clear 40 points ahead of Porcher on 128. Deruvula now puts himself on 99, and with a good result in the sprint, should be able to get himself into into the hundreds. However, like I said, Deruvula has to outscore me by 4 points at least, otherwise he is knocked out he is eliminated from the championship. Behrman, a further 4 points back, is in a similar condition. 95 points with a good result, could put himself into the hundreds on points, but needs to outscore me by 8 points. Martin's in 5th, 85 points, 10 points behind Behrman. Can no longer win the championship, of course, from last weekend. Iwasa is still 6th, Correa 7th, Leclerc 8th, Vesti 9th. Those 4 drivers can be eliminated from finishing P2. Porcher needs to outscore Iwasa by 8 points, Correa by 1 point, and Leclerc and Vesti both need to beat Porcher by 7 and 9 points to stay within a shot. Fittipaldi in 10th, Hauger 11th, Miney 12th, Novalak 13th. All... Hold on, Deruvula can beat out. What? Why? Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Q14 is 9. That is 0. Oh, why have I done 8? Why is that? Why does that work then? Oh, bullshit. More coding bullshit. Oh, because it's less than 0, that's why. There we go. Okay. Deruvula needs to outscore Miney by 11 points, Novalak by 9, Benavides by 2, Doohan needs to outscore Deruvula by 1, and Hajar needs to outscore Deruvula by 11. Otherwise, Deruvula eliminates them from finishing P3. Likewise for P5, Behrman doesn't need to eliminate anyone because no one's close enough. Martins needs to outscore. Nisani, Vashor, and Cordeal all need to outscore Martins by by 2, 4, and 10 points to stay in it. Iwasa needs to outscore Maloney by a single point to eliminate him from finishing P6, which is incredible since Maloney is P20. And Crawford and Boschon need to outscore Iwasa by 1 and 5 points to stay within a chance. Over in the constructors, let me just make sure the points fuckaroo is all correct. Yep. In the constructors, ART still lead on 213 points, 2 points clear of Trident in second, of course. Primo are third on 149 points, just 4 points clear of MP on 145. Dams are further 18 points back on 125 in fifth, and are the last ones able to still win the championship. Everyone else was knocked out by ART last weekend, of course. And speaking of which, Carlin, PHM, Campos, Virtuosi, or Invicta, and Hightech can all be eliminated from finishing P3. Van Amersfoort are a bit safer now, 40 points clear of the danger zone. However, they are definitely in danger in the future. With 19 points up for grabs in the constructors in the sprint, Prema need to outscore Carlin, PHM, Campos, and Invicta by 16, 14, 6, and 3 points, and they can be eliminated from third. Hightech, however, need to outscore Prema by 12 points to stay within it. Van Amersfoort is on 80 points, 24 clear of Carlin on 56, who are 2 points clear of PHM on 54, who are 8 points clear of Campos in 9th on 46, who are 3 points clear of Invicta in 10th on 43, who are lastly, of course, 15 points clear of Hightech on 28 points. It's all going down. But can we go up? Find out tomorrow. I don't even know why I'm doing all this stuff for the garage. It literally does not make a difference anymore. There's no time to play F1 World. Well, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, join me again tomorrow, where hopefully I can clinch the championship. I should be able to. The rain in the sprint will massively help me into a victory, which will definitely eliminate Daruvla and Behrman, especially since Daruvla will be starting 10th and Behrman will be starting 11th. And with Novalak starting first, hopefully that is a double podium at least for Trident, and we can get well clear of ART, who obviously start 5th and 12th. I obviously say that like the rain is going to help me. It has every single time it's came. So yeah, I'm pretty confident about that. In the feature, however, Daruvla and Helga will be starting 1-2 with Behrman 3rd because of the Benavides penalty. This puts Novalak down in P10, just a couple places ahead of me in 13th. Martins, why are you still 5th? Oh yes, penalty. Martins starts 5th ahead of Porcher, way down in 12th. So basically the strategy for this feature has got to be get ahead of Porcher, wait out for the rain like we did in Hungary, pit, and then like we did in Hungary, go for the win. We won't necessarily need the win if we get the sprint win, and Novalak and Porcher scores no points. No matter what, Behrman and Daruvla are eliminated, and I will just need 15 points over Porcher to win the championship during the feature. So as long as Porcher scores no points, no, not even that. If I score any points over Porcher in the sprint, Porcher has to outscore me in the feature. Because after the sprint, if I win, not including fastest lap, and Porcher scores nothing, the gap will be 50 points. Going into the last round, the gap needs to be at least lower than 39 for Porcher to still be within it. So Porcher if I win the sprint and Porcher scores not, Porcher will need to outscore me by 11 points. Which means, as long as I finish 4th, I'm champion. So basically, a first and a podium is going to secure me the championship here. Double podium might even be enough. Hold on. So how many points do you get for 3rd in sprint? You get 6th plus 21 for 15. It's 15 for the feature. 61 points. Take off the 39 that you'd need for the next race. Porcher would have to score 22 points across both the sprint and the feature. So that means if Porcher scores nothing in the sprint, if I get a double podium and Porcher scores nothing in the sprint, I am champion, because there's no way Porcher can win and it still wouldn't be enough. No, never mind. He'd be safe by 3 points. Either way, basically a double podium's enough. Pourchaire's not going to get high enough to challenge me. So as long as we get a double podium, I am champion. So yeah, I'm feeling really confident. Despite starting down in 13th for both of them, but it should be fine. It was fine in Hungary. It was fine in Austria's feature. Yeah, we'll see. And even if it goes to Italy, I am well clear. I am 40 points clear at the moment. I am not going to miraculously lose those 40 points, especially with rain coming this weekend. So, yeah, feeling pretty good. Formula 2, here I come.